This book is called Betty Bunny Loves Chocolate Cake. It's written by Michael B. Kaplan, illustrated by Stephanie Jorish. She's proud to be a handful because she doesn't know what the word means. Her mommy wants her to have patience. She wants to have cake because it tastes so much better than patience. Betty Bunny loves chocolate cake. Betty Bunny was a handful. She knew this because her mother always said, "Betty Bunny, you're a handful." And her father always said, "Your mother sure is right about that." Betty Bunny knew that her mother and father loved her. And so, being a handful must be very good. You think it's very good? One day, after a healthy dinner of carrots, potatoes, and peas, Mother said, "Who wants dessert?" "I have chocolate cake." Betty Bunny, who was not very good at trying new things, announced, "I don't like chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is yucky." "What is chocolate cake?" she asked. She doesn't even know.
Yeah, chocolate cake is so good.
She's about to find out.
Yeah.
So her mother gave her a piece, and Betty Bunny tried it out. It was the yummiest thing she had ever put in her mouth. "When I grow up, I'm going to marry chocolate cake," said Betty Bunny.
Wait, but didn't she say she doesn't like chocolate?
Yeah, she changed her mind after she tasted it. Yeah.
New stuff?
It's funny how you change your mind if you try new things.
Yeah.
"You can't marry a dessert," said her brother Henry.
That's right.
"You could marry a baker who makes chocolate cake," added her sister Kate. "Or you could just buy your cake at the store, and then you don't have to marry anyone," said their older brother Bill. Betty Bunny thought about it for a while. "No," she finally said, "I'm going to marry chocolate cake." "Whatever," said Bill, "but you're going to have really weird-looking kids." That night, Betty Bunny's mother kissed her and tucked her in. "Good night, Betty Bunny. I love you," she said. Betty Bunny looked up into her mother's eyes and said, "Good night, Mommy. I love chocolate cake." Pfft. She's supposed to say, "I love my mommy." The next day at school, Betty Bunny's teacher said, "Good morning, Betty Bunny. How are you?" Betty Bunny said, "I'm a handful and I love chocolate cake." Her teacher said, "A is for apple, B is for ball, C is for cat." Betty Bunny said, "A is for chocolate cake, B is for chocolate cake, C is for chocolate cake." It's ridiculous. During playground time, Betty Bunny tried to make chocolate cake by mixing water and dirt. It looked a little like chocolate cake, but it didn't taste very much like chocolate cake. Betty Bunny started to cry. "I want chocolate cake," she said. Her teacher told her that they had no chocolate cake at school. Betty Bunny said, "I don't like school. School is yucky." That's the same thing she said about the chocolate cake.
She says everything.
After school, her mother drove her home. "How was your day?" she asked. "I ate mud," Betty Bunny answered unhappily. "I want chocolate cake." "Sometimes," her mommy explained, "you can't have what you want right away, so you need to wait. And that's what's called having patience." "But I don't want to have patience," Betty Bunny protested. "I want to have chocolate cake." That night at dinner, her mother told Betty Bunny she should not have dessert until she ate a healthy dinner. Usually Betty Bunny liked healthy food, but not tonight. Tonight, all she wanted was chocolate cake. Her father told her, "Don't come to me hoping to get a different answer." Henry said, "If you were smart, you'd eat some peas." Kate said, "You should try some carrots. They make carrots out of them too, you know." Bill said, she's looking at a carrot.
Yeah, she does look at it, not biting it.
Bill said, "Why don't you have some chocolate cake?" "That's what you really want." "Oh, no, wait. You can't." Ha ha ha.
That's mean.
I know, rude. Betty Bunny picked up some peas. She threw them at Henry. She threw some carrots at Kate. And worst of all, she threw mashed potatoes at Bill.
Ew.
They stuck on his forehead. Everybody was just shocked. Even Betty Bunny was shocked. She hadn't really meant to do something so awful.
Wait, hon. He's squinting because he doesn't want it in his face. It's barely.
Mother was not happy that Bill had teased the sisters. She was even less happy with Betty Bunny. She told Benny Bunny to go straight to bed. There would be no chocolate cake tonight. Benny Bunny screamed, "This family is yucky!"
Look at him tongue and look at
I know.
her. She's sad and look at Bill.
So rude. Then she remembered she was hungry, so she crammed her mouth full of peas, carrots, and mashed potatoes and ran off to bed. When her mother came to her room to kiss her goodnight, she told Betty Bunny, "Sweetheart, you know that I still love you." "Mommy," Betty Bunny said, "you know that I still love chocolate cake." Just thinking about the cake she was not eating made her cry. It made her scream, and then it made her kick the wall, which hurt her foot, which made her cry all over again. "Betty Bunny," her mother said as she rubbed the little bunny's foot, "I'm going to put a piece of chocolate cake on a plate in the refrigerator. It will be your piece of cake, and you can eat it tomorrow after a healthy dinner. Maybe if you know it's there waiting for you, it'll be easier for you to be patient." Benny Bunny stopped crying. She liked this idea, so she wanted to say something especially nice to her mother. "Mommy," she said, "you're a handful."
That's not really nice to say, can it?
The next morning, Betty Bunny wanted to say goodbye to her chocolate cake before she left for school. So she opened the refrigerator and saw her piece of cake sitting on its plate. It looked so lonely. Betty Bunny knew that the cake would miss her all day long if she was at school, so she picked it up and put it in her pocket.
What?
At school, her teacher said, "Betty Bunny, you seem very happy today." Betty Bunny just giggled. There was chocolate cake in her pocket, and nobody knew it but her. As Betty Bunny finished munching her last carrot at dinner that night, her mother smiled. "Betty Bunny," she said, "you were patient and waited all day for your cake. You ate a good dinner. I'm very proud of you. Would you like to get out your cake now?"
Look at her.
Betty Bunny reached into her pocket. Her cake was gone. Instead of her cake, her pocket was filled with a big brown goopy mess. Ugh. "My
It
cake!"
looks like sand.
Henry said, "I can't believe you put the cake in your pocket."
I like this.
Kate said, "Betty Bunny, food doesn't go in your pocket." Bill said, "Guess you can't marry that piece of cake now." Her mother got her a new piece of cake and explained that putting the cake in her pocket was not really the same as being patient. Betty Bunny finally understood, and she promised that from now on she would be patient. And so the next morning, when Betty Bunny opened the refrigerator to say goodbye to her new piece of cake, she remembered that she could put it in her pocket. That she couldn't put it in her pocket. And that is why she carefully stuffed it very carefully into her new sock.
That's kind of gross. That's your foot.
"I'm gonna marry chocolate cake," said Betty Bunny. And that is the story of Benny Bunny who loves chocolate cake.